What's up guys, Boop here. Today we are going to be talking about a very popular subject, especially with the FNCS solos being announced, how to not get heavy sniped. Quick edit in here, I know that the shark doesn't have any heavy sniper spots, this was just a mistake in the map. Now there's no guaranteed way of not getting heavy sniped, that's almost impossible. You're going to get unlucky, some guy's going to hit the shot of his life, that just happens. First of all is rotations. This is a map of every single heavy sniper spot on the map right now. Now it's important to be aware of these rotations that these players can make because it can change our looting path and the way we kind of rotate into zone. Let's look at two examples of different storms and see how we approach them from our drop spot. Let's say we have this kind of zone and we're rotating in from somewhere like Sweaty Sands, for example. Well, if we're kind of estimating the rotation path for people from this zone, we can kind of mark around where they're going to be going. So the areas of contention near us, for example the heavy sniper spot, is probably going to be rotating through Salty or going down towards Weeping Woods. Meaning we can kind of estimate the areas of danger we need to be avoiding or be looking for when we're rotating in this path. These are shown here. Quite simply, you're not looking in the right place when you're rotating. Looking at these areas of danger kind of helps us pre-plan and kind of look in the right direction of where these players can be. Meaning we can avoid them, we can spot these players and make a plan accordingly. Let's take a look at another zone, for example. In zones like this, and in the previous zone as well, we want to be avoiding running parallel to the loot paths. And by that I mean running simultaneously alongside the loot path. So we can do this by avoiding this area in the later part of the zones because we know these players from Heavy Snipe Mountains near Craggy or Pleasant Park are going to be rotating in late, they're going to be playing edge, so we want to get out of this area of red early on. In summary, when we're rotating like this, we just want to be aware of the looting path and where they could be in conjunction to us. It's not that difficult, it just takes a few seconds to think about. The second way we can kind of avoid getting heavy sniped is looking at how we rotate and the way we move along terrain. So let's say we land this yellow square, for example. And the possible area of contention for us is obviously the purple heavy sniper spot near Frenzy Farms, meaning that our looting paths intersect at this red area. So let's play this rotation in real time. So when we're farming here, we're looking to our right because we know that the possible player that is heavy sniping is on our right. We're constantly jumping and looking around and looking backwards towards that area. We're constantly looking. That's one of the most important things, is constantly looking for this area of contention and avoiding it. Instead of going right here down this mountain, we're going left to kind of avoid the angles that this player can take on us. This minimizes the chances of us getting heavy sniped because we don't have a parallel loop path to them, basically cutting off any angles they are able to take on us and thus avoiding getting shot by a heavy sniper. Skipping ahead a little bit here, we're constantly looking to our right even when farming these chests, being aware of the players that can be around us. As soon as we get towards the end of this ridge, we're going closer to the edge to kind of get some information and look for potential players. This avoids us getting snuck up on and avoids us getting heavy sniped out of nowhere. As soon as we're at the end of the ridge now, we're dropping down to cut off the angles of any players that could be behind us and maintaining our loot path further on. Another thing we can do is pull out our builds and run with our walls out to avoid the small reaction time delay we have if we hear a heavy sniper shot. And lastly, how we approach builds in late game situations. So for example, we never want to be running parallel to builds because this gives the player that's looking at us with a heavy sniper an easy shot. Instead, we want to be running diagonally and kind of in and out the field of view to kind of avoid the angles they can take on us. And as always, finding natural cover and terrain to block off those angles is absolutely key. But as I said, sometimes it's just unavoidable, so in late game situations, be aware of the sounds of a heavy sniper, look for that player and note it in your mind. We can adapt to that and change up our rotation based on what that player is. Thank you guys so much for watching, I appreciate it a lot. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, otherwise leave a like and a comment and let me know what you thought. Have yourselves a good one, see ya!